better show him the money.
This was a legitimate driving job.
Sounds a good time!
You better show him the money.
Business is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where's the money? Tell me!
Yeah. To give.
Why'd you bring me the money? Because you got nowhere to go.
The movie opens with Harlan Banks, a legendary master thief who pulls off dangerous, high-stakes robberies but secretly gives much of his earnings to charity. During a break-in at a drug dealer's apartment, he cracks a hidden safe, only to be ambushed by another crew demanding the cash. In seconds, Banks takes them all down and escapes. Even though the job is a success, Banks realizes his criminal life is catching up with him. Encouraged by his girlfriend, he decides to quit stealing and start over. The next morning, they head to Las Vegas so he can find honest work. Along the way, Banks notices a children's hospital struggling to stay open due to lack of funding. Once in Vegas, Banks meets Max, his soon-to-be employer. Max behaves inappropriately toward Banks' girlfriend, but Banks restrains himself before things escalate. That night, Banks begins working as a driver on an armored truck scheduled to collect casino cash. What seems like a legitimate job turns deadly when his partner Bruno suddenly murders the guards and hijacks the operation at a violent shootout and high-speed chase through the Las Vegas Strip follows. Bruno forces Banks to keep driving at gunpoint as police swarm them. After smashing through patrol cars, the truck finally crashes. Bruno knocks Banks unconscious, but Banks later regains control, abandons Bruno, hides the stolen $20 million, and collapses from his injuries. Banks is arrested as the sole survivor who knows where the money is. Federal agents Saunders and Rachel Knowles interrogate him, but Banks claims amnesia and suggests Max might know more. He's then told Max is dead and Bruno is barely alive. With no one else to blame, Banks is convicted of killing 3 officers and sentenced to prison. Inside, Banks becomes a target as criminals tied to corrupt cops try to force the money's location out of him. He survives every attack
You better show him.
and earns the respect of Ice Cool, a feared gang leader. The two form an alliance until Banks discovers Bruno has been transferred to the same prison. Banks confronts Bruno, who pulls a knife and demands the money. After brutally beating him, Banks learns the truth. Max is alive and protected by corrupt law enforcement. Later, Banks saves Ice Cool from an assassination attempt, earning his full trust. In return, Ice Cool organizes a daring prison escape using outside connections and a helicopter.
I said good night. Yeah, now you a gangster!
Who the fuck is he?
Now fugitives, Banks and Ice Cool go after the people who framed him and stole his future. They arm themselves, track down one of Max's men, and force him to reveal a possible hideout before Banks kills him. At the location, they clash with a Chinese mafia group also hunting the money. A massive firefight breaks out, and Banks extracts Max's location before Ice Cool executes the gang leader. Running out of options, Banks contacts Agent Knowles and reveals Max is still alive, contradicting the official story. Unbeknownst to her, Saunders has been monitoring the call. He removes Knowles from the case, but she continues investigating and uncovers the truth. Max was a federal informant, and Saunders was his handler. When she confronts Saunders, he threatens her life. Refusing to stop, Knowles tips off Banks with Max's location, urging him to bring Max to justice instead of killing him. Banks agrees, but once inside Max's mansion, things spiral. Banks eliminates the guards, disables Max's escape helicopter, and finally kills Max, settling the score. The next day, Max's wounded lieutenant returns for the money just as Knowles arrives. Saunders shows up too, taking Knowles hostage and igniting another shootout. Ice Cool is wounded, but Banks ends it by shooting Saunders dead. The trio escape moments before the building explodes. In the end, Banks recovers the hidden money, gives Ice Cool his share, and reflects on the betrayals that shaped his life. Seeking redemption, he donates the remaining fortune to save the children's hospital. The film closes with Banks sharing a heartfelt moment with a young patient, hinting at a hopeful new beginning.